What's up, YouTube? We are back with the next set of items. This time it's the bodies. Now remember, a number of these bodies were already covered in my original video. Is the MP+2 upgrades any good? That was when all we had spoiled was the starting 6 jobs and their body pieces. So we're going to see some of these body pieces on repeat today. But hopefully you caught the last video, which was the head slot, and we're going to be releasing the rest of the slots as the week goes on. But let's just hop right into what this slot offers for the new MP+2 gear. First off, we have the Ranger body. Now, the original version of this body had Velocity Shot 7, which Velocity Shot is kind of a bit of a joke. Decreases ranged aiming delay by 7% and increases ranged attack. Oh, wait, no, wait, sorry. This is not a joke. I was thinking of, I don't remember what I was thinking of. Anyway, you're already using Velocity Shot when you're ranging anyway. So the fact that you're getting, instead of 7%, you're getting 9% or range delay reduction and 9% ranged attack is pretty strong. This is really a mid-shot set for your... This may be the mid-shot piece for, like, Armageddon AM3. It's lacking crit rate, so I don't know. Enmity -12, Velocity Shot 9, PDL 7. This may be the case of a parse needed to determine what is the better item. It's either this or, like... Nizrat Sturken. With its, here, I'll pull this up. Nizrat has 10 crit rate, 5 true shot. True shot's what I was thinking it was a joke. True shot means you need to be within a certain range. Or Ikengas even. Yeah, with the PDL and Ikengas. PDL 7. Ranged attack. Actually, this is probably the better item for your mid-shot AM3 Armageddon. Or Gandiva, even. Yeah, this may be the piece. Very commiserate with the Ikengas, but has the Velocity Shot 9%. 9% range attack should be higher than whatever the augment on Ikenga's vest ends up being. So, okay. Alright, I'll take it. I'll take it as a straight DPS increase on, again, Armageddon. So this should be helpful to down Erebody, for example. So that's Ranger. Moving on, we have... Scholar. Addendum white and addendum black enmity reduction was already on there. And this surpasses the enmity reduction cap. I mean, this piece looks good. I assume this is the precast for... Is there a scholar in chat that can tell me, is this a precast item? Or does this need to be equipped when casting your spell? I really hope not. That enmity reduction has been changed. Also they added 1 refresh in DT -12. It's probably your idle piece, especially if you don't have Shamash robe. At +3, it'll probably rival, if not overtake, Shamash. So there's that. On to the next one. Azimuth. There's a theme here with the Geo stuff. Now the head I actually came around on, and I think it's a worthwhile piece. The coat, however, is really just a refresh idol. And actually it's not even that good because you're lacking DT on it. Now, MBD2, a little hard to come by. Having this coat would eliminate the need for Almeric. Really just, you wanted the... yeah, it's really just Mab. Oh, that's your free nuke set anyway. Ia. Yeah, sorry. Ia is the set. This does give you the ability to maybe... I mean, Ia's MBD 2 plus 9. This is MBD 2 plus 4. And no MBD 1. Yeah, I mean, Ia's gonna smoke this. This coat is kind of useless. It's not a great idle coat because of the no DT. Geos are typically in range of battle, so you need your DT. If it's plus 8 refresh at plus 3, will easily win. Oh, you mean the MBD? MBD 2? Well, wait, what is the int comparison here? The int on Ia plus 1 is 48. Here it's 45. Mab 54. Mab 44. I suppose if you're capping your MBD 1 in other slots. Yeah, so take another look at this when we get to plus 3. It looks like it'll be an easy... it looks like it'll potentially take over Ia plus 1, so save you some gil, kinda. You then have to upgrade it. I don't know. Not great. Moving on. 2. Summoner. So Summoner has... It went from Avatar perp cost -6 to -7. That seems really high. If one of the summoners in chat would care to comment. But DT -12 in addition to your perp cost. Is this your idle... Your perp idle set now? Summoner had issues with their idle sets. I've always... The summoners I've partied with in like say we've gone to like Odyssey content. With just getting bopped. Low HP values, low defense, low DT in their like necessary idle sets. And to me this looks like between the head and the body they've already gotten a boost. Also of course adding avatar accuracy, which only matters for certain avatars. But avatar BPD plus 11 to plus 12, that's a straight 1% increase to your avatar's blood pack damage. I think this is good. Idle, versus avatar out and avatar not out, I guess is going to be a distinction there. Yeah. Next up, Monk. Monk we saw spoiled, and I remember explaining how friggin' good this item is with impetus up. Check that video if you want a slightly longer explanation, but impetus increasing your crit damage while this is on, in addition to your crit rate, which it's already improving, and weapon skill damage in the same piece, basically means that your crit-based weapon skills especially are going to love this piece. Monks everywhere rejoiced when they saw this upgrade. Next up, the Boy Lorica. This is the warrior one. Again, another one of the items we saw. Check the previous video if you want a slightly longer explanation as to what is good about this one. I have my eyes on this for the mythic great axe that I have on my main. DT and store TP. This is going to be replacing any use I had for the Tumult Curator body in my Mythic AM3 set because of the extra DT. That set is a wet paper bag, and this is almost as good, but much more defensive. So yeah, I've got my eyes on that. Okay, so the AF body has 16 BPD. Okay, good to know. Thank you. We had some summoners in chat here comment on the fact that for BPD purposes, it's actually not that great, the summoner's body. So this it still may be your perp cost idle. Is the only thing I'm left unclear on at the moment. Okay, moving on to Corsair. Corsair, triple shot to triple attack. We believe that is a mistranslation. Or a typo. Triple attack 13. I mean, this would be an insane, like, I would love it to get rid of the triple shot. I mean, as good as it is, okay, like, all right. Yes, 12% triple shot activation rate or 13% triple shot activation rate when under the effect of triple shot is really high. And it's actually your largest single source of triple shot activation. But man, would I love a DT minus 12 triple attack 13 body on Corsair. Yeah, we have the Su 3. Right. I think this is higher than the Su 3. What is the Su 3 called again? Yeah, so yeah, this is much higher than the Oshoshi. Oshoshi. That is a hard word to say in general, let alone I've been talking all day. The +1, which is pretty expensive and hard to come by, is 7%. So this is almost a free 13% triple attack activate or triple shot activation. True, Thetos. Yeah, if this wasn't a mistake, you'd want 2 sets. Yeah, fair. Yeah, so this is a mistake. The damage taken isn't really going to come into play because this is your mid-shot triple. This is your mid-shot while triple shot is active when shooting from a distance. Meh. Poor Corsair. All right, moving on to the next piece. Paladin. This piece is interesting if I remember. Let me take another look at it here. Mitigates damage taken based on enmity. It has enmity plus 14 and surd minus 15. Okay, no, this is like it's your surd body. And while you're in your surd set, you also have enmity. And you're mitigating damage taken based on enmity. Depending upon how strong this mitigate damage taken thing is, or say, was this in the previous version of it? Oh no, it was. Okay, so we would already know what it does then. Grants % damage taken as enmity increases, ranging from -2.3 to 10.5. This was my question. Does it pass the cap? It does not pass the cap. So overall, as far as your surd set is concerned, this does 2 things. It gives you surd and enmity in the same piece, which is really rare. So plus. You want more of that. But you can already basically get the effects of that from the body. It's just a weird way of saying minus 10% DT. Yeah, and it's just a variable minus 10% DT. Yeah. So, whatever. Like I said, enmity and surd in the same piece is awesome because sometimes you're having to choose between the 2, and now you are not. Ebbers, the white mage. Reminds me of Tibbers from League of Legends. Ebbers Bliot. We went from, this one is also another one we saw in the original video. We went from refresh +2, Afflatus Solace +14 to refresh 3 and regen 4 and Afflatus Solace 16. Pure upgrade, strict upgrade to things that were already very good about this piece. The fact that it's missing damage taken makes it kind of weird for your idol, but it's not. If you can make that up in other slots, maybe the regen is good. Either way, the Afflatus Solace boost from 14 to 16 means you get an extra 2% stone skin. Yeah, you go from 39% of HP healed to 41% of HP healed. So, yeah, it's already the Solace piece, exactly. So very good. Next up, Rune Fencer, Arelaz. Arelaz Surcoat. This piece is interesting. I might use it to tank, and I'll tell you why. So obviously the changes from the +1 to the +2 are converts 6% of physical damage taken to MP and boosts enmity retention when taking damage +12. You lose enmity slower when you're taking hits, and you gain MP back. So the fast cast 10, I think, is actually kind of helpful here too, towards capping your fast cast outside of like Valiance and stuff. But here's the thing. We're going to see later on in a future video, the legs are really good again. I used the legs for a long time, but eventually swapped out the legs and the body for Niame. Legs, body, and head I'm tanking in Niame on my Rune Fencer. If I can make sure to keep my damage cap, I actually might have this body and the legs to not only get the interesting effects that, like recovering MP, because MP is sometimes an issue with Rune Fencer, also the boosted enmity loss, but that 2% activation rate on the occasionally absorbs damage taken. Converts damage taken to HP restored instead. You get 1% chance per activation, but especially when you're tanking multiple mobs, 1% on a proc that procs on when the mob is hitting you is a lot higher than on, you know, I mean, on average, it's still only 2%, right? Because 2 pieces providing 1% chance of each separate piece. Okay, so 2% chance. It's not like you're attacking and, you know, a hit only procs like on the first hit of a triple attack round or something weird like that. It's like if you've got 20 mobs beating on you, all 20 are providing that 2% chance of activation. And I wonder if this works the same way that the damage calculation on the Lupin absorbs damage works. It doesn't specify here, but the way the Lupin neck works is when you proc and you absorb damage instead of taking it, it doesn't look at your reduced value, because remember, bubbles have a natural percentage reduction of DT, and also you have your pet DT. It doesn't check after the DT calculation, it checks before. So if the mob was going to hit your bubble for 1,000 damage, and then pet reduction was going to take that 1,000 damage down to 250, now, if the proc happens that absorbs, it does the 1,000 damage and absorbs that, not the post reduction damage, if that makes sense. You say you don't think it does, JTT? I wonder if it does. Even if it doesn't, I think that there's enough. The way it works for Paladin is it calculates after DT but before things like Phalanx. That's good to know, for sure. I think in Odyssey especially, this may be the combo to go with, body and legs. Because Odyssey mobs hit a little harder on average. So, I don't know. I think there's going to be people smarter than me who are going to test this stuff, and they're going to let us know like the overall benefits and whether you want to make this choice or not. And it'll be an informed choice at that point. But it's one of the few things where I'm looking at and going, this may actually be really good. Yeah, if we're already equipping the legs, I'm just wondering if this can't be the other piece we equip and also get that 2% absorption rate. Previously, you wouldn't have thought of any of this set because other than the legs, and like I said, even the legs kind of got power crept by Niame's raw power. Let's see what we got with the Bard. Bard is next. Okay, song duration 12 to song duration 13, strict upgrade there. Blah. Yeah, I'm thinking. Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. I think when I think the Bard set is going to get at +3 is going to get extra minuet and stuff, and I think that's why they kind of tempered themselves in the +2. More skill, right? From 14 to 19, Bard's getting a lot of skill with this update. Their earring, as again we'll see in a later video, their earring gives skill, and at least one of the pieces I recall, we're looking at one right here, also gives skill. This is gonna change calculations for things like lullaby, like distance around the target that people were already messing with when master levels came around, and it's going to be a lot easier to achieve those skill targets using these pieces. So you're going to want this one anyway. It's going to affect your songs, not that drastically, but any bard should want to get this. Aren't we skill capped for most things besides string skill? I don't, like I was saying, there's something to do with lullaby having a larger range that we're not capped on. Moving on. Blue Mage. The Hashish set. Blue magic spellcasting time. That's basically your fast cast for blue magic. And damage taken -12 and refresh +3. This piece is uninspiring. It's a precast piece for blue spells specifically. You're not going to be in this set for damage taken. It might be your idle refresh piece. Okay, it might be your idle refresh piece. Again, if you don't have Shamash, actually this may be your idle refresh piece. Again, obviously I know more about the jobs I play, so I'm relying on chat a little bit here. I have a vague understanding of some of these things, and especially like on paper stuff. But just like taking this in for an extra second, refresh +3, DT -12. If you're like cleaving, this is probably your piece. Or you're running around Nizul, cleaving there, you know. I don't know, I don't call that cleaving, I just call that token farming, you know, but you're casting cleave spells. Moving on. Ninja. So Ninja gets DT -12, crit rate -7, Migawari 14. So we go from Migawari 12 to 14. Lowers the HP negation threshold of Migawari by 12%. You need to keep it equipped when Migawari procs have any effect. Boo. Replaces Shamash's idol. I think at +3 it definitely does. But at +2, Shamash... Well, remember, Shamash... Actually, even at +2... You have the resist silence on Shamash, so it depends upon the content, but yeah. Okay, I can see that. That blue body might just be a straight. Anyway. Yeah, not much to say here. Migawari during proc is bad. Maybe there's some piece of content that needs Migawari proc at some point in the future, and this body becomes a relevant, like, lock-in piece. But I doubt it. Moving on. Heathen. Whoops. Dread Spike Potency, crit rate, DT. Not sure this is one of the better pieces. That Dark Got? I mean, Dread Spike Potency is on cast. Do you have to have this equipped? You keep missing white mage stuff. Repeat, please. The body's a good idle piece, maybe, is what I said, Misa. Maybe AM3? Okay. Yeah, I can see that, but probably not. Because there's no... Yeah, maybe like hybrid AM3. Like some kind of weird hybrid that needs these specific things. But yeah, but Dark gets much better stuff this update. This is just kind of on the mediocre side. On to Puppet Master. Karagaz. Overload rate -40 didn't change. Damage taken -12 did. Automaton attack or accuracy. I guess if you're wanting to be in range with your automaton, you need an accuracy set. This is it. I feel like the puppet set is a sleeper set. Like, I feel like there's something going on with this set that I'm not quite able to absorb. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, obviously, it's your Solace piece for sure. I mean, just watch the video. I talked about all this. Maneuver, pup set is not great. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. It's... So here's the other thing that went through my head is like the attack varying with HP. Is there a master puppet set or master puppet set that actually makes use of all of it? Probably not. Only head and legs matter for overdrive. Okay, good to know when I get to the legs. Samurai. DT -13, Zanshin, Store TP. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. All right. First of all, Zanshin rate. Zanshin, for those of you who don't know what Zanshin is, if you sing a swingle, If you swing a single time with a two-handed weapon, and you miss, Zancian has a chance to trigger and cause you to retry that attack. So going extra Zancian is always helpful. You go from a 12% to a 14%, but you gain STP and DT. Like for your Zanhasso builds, this is just better, right? This is just awesome. Great katana skill, accuracy attack. That high attack helps you make use of any PDL you might have in your samurai stuff. Under Hasso, it just becomes a new double attack with 5,000% TP. Yeah, I knew there was another bonus somewhere in there too. Yeah. Like you really wouldn't have wanted this because of its bad accuracy and stats. I don't know. So, samurais in the comments below, tell me if this is as good as it looks to me. I can't safely say on this one. And chat's kind of filling in the blanks here. On to Red Mage. Enfeebling magic effect plus 16. I believe this was in the enfeebling magic effect. Yeah, we saw this in the original video. So 2% more activation rate on all of your enfeebles. Whatever that number translates to in reality. DT minus 13, refresh plus 3. It's your idle piece. It's your enfeebling magic effect piece. Red Mage, always good. Is this MP gear upgrades? Yes. The +1 was still the best standard farming body. Gotcha. That makes sense to me, Baron. That exactly makes sense to me. Because it looks great, but it just, the attack and stats were too low. Alright, anyway, not much more to say. The Red Mage body piece is really good and only seeks to get better. We got an ad in 2 minutes. Okay, I'm going to go over the last, I'm going to go over a couple more pieces here before we take this ad. Dancer, womp womp. As good as the head is, this piece is bad. You're never wanting dual wield nowadays. You're always at... I was really hoping they'd remove the dual wield stat off of this. I was really hoping they would remove the dual wield stat and put on something more interesting. Maybe a subtle blow build? No. Damage taken minus 13%. That's really high, but overall useless. Even if you are using Striking Flourish for the double attack critical hit rate, which nobody is, you had 60% on the old one, and nobody was using it then. So, boo. Boo. Moving on. Nukumi Ghost Shop. This is the Beastmaster. It's your new WSD piece, Beastmasters. Yay. WSD, Axe Skill. Good for your Farsha builds. Good for all your Axe builds. And also adds pet accuracy. I'm sure... I don't know. It's just good. Nothing to complain about. Nothing to really add. This augments killer effects. Oh yeah, and this is your killer effects piece too. Damage dealt and damage reduction are improved by half of your total killer effect percentage. This is a special multiplier of damage. Your killer effects damage like this is a special modifier on damage taken and damage dealt that surpasses like. Here we go. These bonuses are a separate multiplier that affects all hits and weapon skill as well as melee damage in a separate step. These bonuses reduce damage taken as a set percentage after damage taken from gear has been applied in a separate step. So this piece is going to end up being very good, and especially when stacked with Killer Instinct. So yeah, I don't play this job enough to say exactly where this is really good, but it is. There's a lot of good stuff going on here, and things like this, which actually cater to Beast niche, are excellent and are really needed for the job to start to shine more. So that's Beastmaster. And now we're out of the ad that I realized we were in. So the final conclusion there was, yes, Killer Instinct and this effect are special damage and special damage taken that is counted at the end of the term. So after DT is counted, then you count this augments killer effects. Or you augment, then you count in your Killer Instinct. So yes, very good, this piece. In your axe weapon skills, which Beastmaster use a lot of axes. All right, Peltast, which is Dragoon. PDL 7, STP 13, compared to STP 12. Wyvern grants food effect. What is that? Really? Grants a full strength food effect to the Wyvern. Effect is active whether this is equipped and lost when removed, but regained when re-equipped. Interesting. I don't know, chat. Is this good? Your pet gains your full food effect. But what if you have like Grape Daifuku, which gives player and pet already? Does the pet then gain double food effect? Does not need to be worn by the Wyvern. No. Effect is active, grants a full strength food effect to the Wyvern. I mean, STP 13, PDL 7 are very conflicting stats. PDL implies you want to be hitting with strong physical attacks. Store TP implies you want to be gaining TP. But like previously, you wouldn't keep this equipped for the food. Obviously, you're now gaining a food effect if you equip this. So like for like Mythic Dragoon, this is probably really good. Gledys has PDL 9. Yeah, so if you're like macroing in for PDL purposes, you probably just use Gledys. But like Mythic Dragoon, this is probably really good. And with the added bonus of Wyvern stuff. Moving on. Thief. Another one of the ones we saw. Weapon skill damage 8. Dex 46, chat. Compare that to Niame. Dex 24. Holy cow. I will take 46 Dex and 8 WSD over Niame's 12 WSD, 24 Dex. Any day. Sheesh. And it's got a huge amount of attack because you get 33 dagger skill on top of attack 54. That's like 80. It's like 80-ish attack. How often does Conspirator get used? So I mean, depends upon the thief, I'd say. So Conspirator, you're gonna want. We went over this. I went over this in the original video in more detail, so definitely check out that on the YouTube. But you need this equipped to pass the bonus on. The augment grants an attack bonus equal to the accuracy bonus. Grants a store TP bonus equal to TP +2 for each party member with enmity on the target. So you get 25 attack and 12 STP under the effects of Conspirator. Conspirator is a 5-minute recast with a 1-minute duration. I wish they would drop that down to 3 minutes, and I think it would see more use. But ultimately, this is really just a great weapon skill damage piece that Thief was lacking because they've been eating up our decks, man. We haven't had any decks in anything. So yeah, really excited for this piece. So far, Thief for me has been win, 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 win. On to the last piece is the Black Mage. Refresh, Elemental Cast Delay, and Magic Burst Damage 2 on the same piece. I don't think SC knows what they want this piece to do. I don't know. This doesn't seem really well thought out. Augments conserve MP. Is the set bonus somehow like making this piece too good that they couldn't like? Occasionally causes your spells with which conserve MP procs to sometimes deal between 12 to 100% damage. Double the ratio of the amount of MP conserved. This seems really bad. Again, this just seems like they don't quite know what they want from this set. Some of the sets really seem like that. I get that sense from maybe Core, definitely Black Mage. Yeah. Anyway, we have a lot more gear to go, so we're going to end the video here. This has been the Empyrean+2 body pieces. Again, some of which went over in more detail in the previous video. If I remember, I'll link it in the card right here above me, and you can check it out there. But otherwise, that's going to be it for this video, YouTube. Peace out, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.